Hello.
Hello. We here, Jeff?
Yeah.
We ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. My ducks are all over the place. Quack, 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 quack. Hi, everyone. I'm Eric Mingy. I'm here with Leia, Josh, Jeff, and Michelle, and apparently a whole lot of angry, horrible geese pretending to be ducks and not doing
Yes.
Together, we are the Velkyn Weave, and we're here to play some Dungeons and Dragons. I'm really glad you're joining me. If this is your first time watching the Games Tavern, hello and thank you for tuning in. Please follow the Games Tavern on Twitch. It's free and supports the show, the cast, and the crew. In addition to being on Twitch, our shows are updated on YouTube, typically 48 hours later. So you can catch up with all the shows you may have missed. Speaking of time, in a recent, Jeff and I just got back from Gen Con, and I'm still trying to sleep off the sleep debt from that show. I got to premiere the epic conclusion of my Moonshade's Rising Shadows storyline, and it was incredible. So glad to have it. So many players, great events. Jeff, how was things? I heard there was Rokugan. Tell us about it.
So, first of all, I can confirm the snoring on the car ride home. As he attempted to get that debt back. But yeah, no, let's see. We had Heroes of Rokugan. We had the end of year 4 going into our last year of our living campaign of the Heroes of Rokugan 4 is the current campaign. So exciting assault on the Imperial capital by a clan. Got to kill a bunch of PCs, so always good time to do that.
Was it the Hair Clan?
No.
Probably not.
No. Oh, come on, Hair Clan.
You're not big enough.
Yeah, they're too small. They tiny little bunnies. They don't have the sharp pointy teeth.
Oh, okay. Anything good at the dealer's hall? In the vendor's hall you find?
You know what? For the most part, I'd say that 90% of the dealer's hall was there, like what you would expect in a normal year. But there was like a fraction of the population to crush you in. So it was busier on Sunday than it was on Thursday, which I thought was very weird.
That is interesting.
But so yeah, on Thursday I was able to get exactly where I wanted to go, get some con, not quite exclusives, but early releases, which was nice. And then I came back on Sunday and spent more money.
That's the nature of Gen Con. Mm-hmm. One thing I was really impressed with was how I cannot remember seeing anyone indoors at a convention without a mask on. Everyone was masked.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah, there
was hand sanitizer everywhere.
That's also good.
There's some anecdotes here and there, but yeah, for the most part, everyone was really good. If you hadn't been to Gen Con before, you would have thought that it wasn't as small as perhaps others thought it was. Because, yeah, there was a few times when, like Thursday, what I was saying, like Thursday, I think the population was much smaller, but then it ramped up over the weekend. And by, like, Friday night into Saturday, like, you go into the hallways, and it looked much more normal. We had our normal number of people, so it was about right for us.
Over at Bold Man's, we were about half strength all around. It was like getting in the Wayback Machine and going back to Gen Con 2011. Oh, on the home front, how are you all back here in the DMV, DC, Virginia, Maryland? Michelle, how's things?
Well, I didn't get to go to Gen Con, but one of the things I've got into during everything the last year is watching a historical cooking channel on YouTube. And
right on.
Interesting.
And one of the things that I tried was a 4,000-year-old Babylonian lamb and beef stew recipe.
That's
lamb and beef. It was, but it wasn't like super labor intensive. Probably took me like 20 minutes to throw it together, and it was all in one pot. And that was actually really good. So I ate like ancient Babylonian kings.
Have you seen any good recipes for egg-based dishes?
Egg-based dishes.
I'm asking for a friend.
Mm-hmm. Specifically,
I think it was a
large
custard.
eggs.
I don't know. So yeah,
I'm a
that
big
was
fan
good.
of
Recommend.
Sweet. How about you? How about you, Josh?
I'm
Anything
still
you'd like to
recovering.
share with us?
I'm still recovering from a sleep deficit in August, but I'm almost back to normal. Work's keeping me busy. That's all I can say.
Godspeed with all that you do. It's got to be intense over there.
Mm-hmm.
How's the painting life, Leia?
It's
You've
going.
seen videos and all the officers are like, I'm painting with this person, and I'm painting with this famous person, and look at all this wonderful things I create.
I know. I got to paint. I know this wasn't over the weekend, but last week I got to paint with this really cool British podcaster. And we got to talk about some really cool stuff. That was cool. The painting life, it's, it is what it is. I've got some cool iron golems that I got that are somebody commissioned this week. So I'm going to be painting up some chrome boys on stream tomorrow night.
Shiny and chrome.
Shiny and chrome. It's going to be great. But yeah,
I can't wait till we get back to play in person again, and then we can draw upon your expertise. Like, Leia, I need to paint all these things. Here's all the monies.
cool beans. We can do that. If we want to fight Tiamat again, I got us covered.
Hmm.
I mean, we didn't kill her.
Covering things. We got some announcements. Josh, you want to start us off?
I would love to. Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you also get a free Prime Gaming subscription. And Prime Gaming subscribers support everyone on the show and get access to sub-only emotes and to a special subscriber-only channel on the TGT Discord. So check it out.
And we love you, our community, for your continued support again and again. We want to remind any new and returning tavern goers that you can support our cast and crew by using our Patreon by going to patreon.com/thegamestavern, all one word, for Patreon exclusive content.
And a humongous thank you to D&D Beyond for sponsoring this show. You go to D&D Beyond to check out all the awesome, amazing content that they've got. They've got all the books, all the rules, adventures, character creation, monster creation, item creation, everything that you would need to know to make your own custom or to follow along with one of the printed D&D modules. It's all available at D&D Beyond.
Okay. And with that said, it's recap time to bring us up to where we were in the Velkyn Weave. Yes. Who has inspiration?
That's a really good question.
Did you guys use it all? Did I suck it
Not
all
me.
out of you with my dragon? I know Delirious used it because that's what tipped the scales in her favor.
I'm pretty sure Rangrim probably. I have mine, so because I definitely have not.
I don't think Rangrim did. I know I did because that's the one I critted with.
I'm absolutely trash at using.
The Blessings of Tymora. Speaking of Tymora, she has updated the quest log with Delirious again. You have completed the quests, the Dread in the Darkness, and the Mysterious Cloisters.
Yay!
This means you are up to, 5 experience points. And when you get up to 12, you will level.
We're like halfway
So,
there.
getting there. Tonight will get you halfway there unless you do some other quests. But I think we're going to have what does one do with a treasure hoard? Because when last we met, the party defeated Fandrusk, the Dread in the Darkness.
Only we had
and you
known
did
his
so.
name.
Oh, you did. Well, the Gloamings know
I
his
was like,
name,
I'm
and
pretty
they'll be
sure
happy to
we
tell you.
Never asked.
Nope.
That's why, as a DM, you have a fail-safe to make sure the party gets this information. And mine comes in Mothman form. So, Fandrusk, the Dread in the Darkness, and you defeat him in a most unexpected way. Delirious got off her divine intervention. Kinda.
Yeah.
She didn't quite roll under her level, but Tymora intervened anyway and revealed a relic, the Medallion of Good Fortune. And Delirious was able to use the relic to unleash the miracle, one of the 3 miracles that Delirious will get in her entire life. And she used that to bend reality and turn the dragon into a sloth, if I remember correctly. In mind and in thought and in form. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Unfortunately, the soon-to-be sloth was still a dragon at the time and was cutting its way through the party. And I believe we had 3 dead party members by the time he got slothified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Well, 4 if you count Mr. Peppers.
May he rest in peace.
poor Mr. Peppers. Unfortunately, his body was never found after the battle.
Forever may he
Awesome.
reign.
Completely vaporized by the necrotic breath of the shadow dragon. So while you were, while Delirious waited, the party was waiting for Delirious to regain her strength to pull them all back through the dead, which meant long rest to get spells back. Creatures started emerging from the portal in the Shadow Dragon's lair that led to the Shadowfell. And they were moth folk with large cat eyes, big moth wings, feathery antennae. After some stumbles, Rangrim was able to communicate with them, and they called themselves the Gloamings. And the first 2 through the portal were twins, Devar and Lahina. And the lair was built in what was once their home, which they called Dombra Melina, Malira, the halls of the hidden moon. And they were driven out by Fandrusk, who claimed it as his lair. With him gone, they were seeking to come back and reestablish their artist colony here in the material plane. They don't have much treasure. They don't have much use for the treasure of the dragon, but they certainly could use some help from the party in the near future for things like tools and mundane supplies like cloth, wood, and metal to help them recover. They have water in the cavern, and they mentioned an underground marsh nearby where they harvest pollen and spores. You also found at Dombra Melira a flux point that boat can use as a teleport circle. It's kind of a nexus of ley lines and creates enough energy, possibly because there's a portal to the Shadowfell right there behind the giant moonstone shining down on the lair. You also got a whole lot of money. You got a ancient dragon's treasure hoard, tier 4, and it is enormous. And it will probably is going to take some feats of engineering or a lot of magic or a lot of trips to haul this all out of here. So at this point, I turn it over to Quentin and his plan.
So here's what I'm thinking about. We have a scroll of polymorph, and somebody looking at you, Delirious, may have it memorized as well.
I do.
You could turn me into, a giant lizard, a great ape, something huge, and laden me down with it. And then when we're ready to recall back to Brindol, we go poof.
Point of order.
Yes?
Before we make all these grandiose plans of getting out of here, perhaps we should first figure out if we need to do something with those Bahir that stand outside. Would not be well for us to leave these newfound friends to their own devices if the Bahir are aggressive.
Well, we did make a deal with the Bahir to deal with the dragon, which we did, and there's 2 adventurers' corpses in there that, in theory, are ours. But perhaps the Gloamings have a thought on it, since they're neighbors.
Yes.
Amara thinks he's friends. Lahina is uncertain. She's looking at you suspiciously.
Yes.
Devar?
Were the Bahir there before you were driven from this place? So, something new.
Maybe the Bahir can be convinced into being guardians of this place. They're quite mercenary, as I understand.
Nobody works for free, though, typically.
Right.
you're-
So, but maybe there's something that this colony of moth people can offer.
Sustenance?
I
Exchange
also
for
highly doubt we're going to be able to actually carry off all of this.
Treasure?
Yeah.
Oh, you underestimate the will and desire of me.
I do believe that I remember Quentin saying he was going to take his fancy paints and maybe make some kind of satchel. And if he's planning on being turned into a large creature, we could use large sacks to. Yeah, I'm on the same wavelength as you, Quentin.
I hear you.
Hey, Quentin, make me
Yes.
an intelligence check real quick.
Sure. Just straight
Yep,
D20.
straight up intelligence.
Come on, dice, roll for me. Okay, manually rolling because that's low. That is a 4. No, it's like under 5.
Okay, sounds like a great plan.
Okay.
This bodes well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just going to, give a piece of memory. That's all.
What's that?
I was just going to give you a piece of a memory of something. That's all.
I would think he was going to remind us of something that we've probably forgotten.
Oh, probably.
Like a
Yep.
large or huge-sized creature popping up in the religious place that you're linked to back in Brindol? Where do we
Oh.
appear?
I was thinking that if you're using Bope and his teleport, that's into a crypt.
Oh, see, I was thinking we were word of recalling back.
Well, we can't until I rest again because that spell slot's gone. If we want to go that way.
Oh,
But Bope has said that he is going to spend the downtime to attune himself to being able to use the flux
Yep.
points.
So we could theoretically use the flux point back and forth to get.
Yes,
So, how exactly does the flux point work? We ask.
it acts as a teleport circle.
Okay, so it still takes the teleport spell to get to
Mhm.
it. Okay.
okay. So
It acts as a naturally occurring teleport circle.
I was really looking forward to donning a large-sized backpack on a.
I think I can still find an appropriate form, actually. I have an idea.
Okay. But the Bahir,
Mhm.
I think we should talk to them. If we don't want to all appear, I'd be willing to be the face again. If you want to be there with me, I can invisible some of you up, pass without trace from somebody maybe.
I think I should accompany you with the sloth visibly,
Nice.
so that we're
Uh,
arguing from a theoretical position of strength.
And I could use my nature's veil, which will cover me in darkness, as well as pass without a trace if everyone else would like to be stealthed. So that way you have some backup.
That works, and I will translate for you, Delirious. I'll be like.
Oh no! I don't
subservient
want to
you.
speak. I just want to be there, a quiet, threatening presence.
I can make this work.
So I suppose I will require Tymora's blessing in this, as we all know how stealthy I am.
Should skill fail you, Timora's grace may yet make up the difference.
As you watch the glow means are sweeping up and trying to clean up the cavern. You notice a lot less shadowy. The dread is gone.
So, is a shadow dragon another species of dragon, or is it like a dragon that's been infused with shadow?
Interesting question. Maybe an Arcana check. If anyone else wants, if you asked it of the party,
13.
you know it has something to do with the Shadowfell.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to ask the rest of the party, they may make checks as well. If not, we're
I
going to be
will-
looking for a downtime asking of a sage.
I can wonder that aloud. Also, I'm not going to waste downtime on that.
Give me your downtime.
I don't know what I'm going to use it on, but not that.
When I idle your downtime, I take it all.
Worry not, I shall give you plenty.
Or you can hire a sage as a hireling to ask all these questions.
That's useless money.
Make him
Whoa.
research troll
Whoa.
reproduction and
Information is ammunition.
also mental scarring.
Yeah, apparently.
In some cases.
So you said you wondered that out loud because I would like
Yes.
to make a check.
Yes.
19.
You think, Stagander, but not entirely sure,
Mhm.
that living creatures that spend too much time in the Shadowfell become infused with shadow. And for example, this is how you humans turn into shades, and dragons will turn into shadow dragons. Possibly this is the origin of the Shadar-kai, that they were elves that were in shadow for too long. But you're not entirely sure how that explains the glowmins.
Does being infused with the Shadowfell like make you inherently anything?
It makes you the Shadowfell itself is a tinged with a negative energy plane.
Mhm.
And so it is a place of loss and despair, of reflections of yesteryear. So it's always
Nice.
looking backwards. So it's kind of like if fairy is everything that could be, the Shadowfell is everything that might have been.
So it's like the Goth realm.
Oh God, yes.
So that would explain why all of the motifs that would explain why all the motifs are like tragedy stories. There's no happy sad or like there's like always tragedy amongst all of the
Mhm.
Yes. Please take
paintings.
inspiration.
Yeah.
I was dead when the dragon turned some of the party members into shades, but you've seen Quentin do that before with people that he's killed, have him come back as a shade,
Fun.
like the Grimlocks and back at the Tiamat Temple.
Okay.
Right.
But when you're talking about the Shadowfell stuff there, I don't say anything, but I summon the shadowy rapier into my hand and kind of stare into it.
Having
back
some
towards
thoughts.
the portal. Yeah.
It's
Then I-
still stronger here.
Hmm.
The contact with the Shadowfell makes it stronger.
It's a good thing there's a flux point here. I'm sure I'll be back.
Gotta charge up.
Possibly. If you crafted things here that made use of the infamous shadow stuff, it would be incredibly powerful here. This would be a place of power that you could use to manufacture items
I'll have to put some
or
thought into
strive
that.
goals. Possibly make undead.
Bope's not here to hear that.
Womp womp.
So the Bahir.
I'll let him know.
We should probably deal with that. I will cast Pass Without a Trace.
You doing that on you and Rangram?
It's like it's a aura.
Yeah,
everyone.
it's an aura. It's anybody within 30 feet of me.
Cue the
And
Pink Panther music.
I just realized that my Nature's Veil is what's this? It's like a one turn kind of thing, so it actually doesn't last. So that's
I can do invisibility 10 minutes at you and Rangram.
yeah, if that's
Yeah.
what you want to do, I think that'll be helpful.
Will do. Touch both of you. Bam. Concentrating. All right.
Like a shadow I am.
Let's stride forward.
God, that was a good game. Anyway. So Rangrim and Stagander are invisible.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
We're
All right.
invisible with Pass Without a Trace, and I got Tymora's Blessing.
Bob is like, I'll remain here by the portal and attune to it so we can make use of it in the future. Go on without me. He waves you off. And you remember this cavern was divided into 2 caverns. The second one was, this one seems to be like the center square of the artist colony of the Glomins, and the other ones were the cloisters where they lived. And Rangrim, remember those little columns that were hollow columns that were up in the arcade? They were like columns about 4 feet tall.
Oh yeah.
All lining the back of the arcade.
Yeah.
That apparently is their bedrooms. They fold their wings up and crawl down into them and sleep inside of them.
Huh.
Cute.
So kind of like wasps.
Like cocoons.
Mm.
A little. There seem to be about 100 of them here now, fluttering around.
I hope they remain friendly.
They seem to be fairly shy around you. If we
I'll
have
take
our
that
little
too.
if we have our reputation system going out, you have earned your way to tolerate. Devar seems to be friendly though. And he's like kind of fluttering along beside you.
What is his
What's going on?
position with like the rest of their society?
I'm a curator.
Okay.
Curator.
Yes, curator.
Interesting.
I gotta find his voice again. Where was it? Right about here?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, thank you. Curator. I show people around.
How often do you get people? I'm invisible. I'm not saying this.
How are you leading the sloth around, Delirious? Do you need like a chain and collar?
No. See, it just lies on my arm here, and then I stroke it like Dr. Evil and the cat.
It's a smaller
In my
sloth.
mind, I was thinking dire sloth. So this is
Where's
much
that?
cuter.
Where's that medallion, by the way? medallion
Around
of
my
good
neck, but
fortune.
underneath my robes.
Okay. You can feel its holiness.
Yay!
Just- It is resonating with Tymora's.
I have
power.
holy choir tinnitus.
It doesn't make any sound.
No, she's saying,
Oh,
but she's saying that it's coming from inside the ear.
Mm.
Oh.
Mop.
Okay.
Well,
You pass
know,
through
it-
the archway and then pass through the vestibule, down the windy tunnel, and you come to the caverns of the Bahir. They are waiting for you. One of them is curled up on the nest around the 4 eggs. And the other one is watching the gate, the archway where you're coming out with intense interest while munching one of those giant spiders from the ravine that you passed on the way down here.
Oh, it's a crunchy snack.
And they apparently really like ripping off a leg and then sucking the insides out. I can't see some of you. Are you sneaking, or are you coming out with the sloth? It's just Quentin and Delirious. Who do I see?
I think it's Quentin and Delirious, and everyone else is kind of in the shadows behind us.
Yeah. We might be sneaking.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even think I wanted to step out into the room until
Okay.
after the conversation has begun. Then,
Yeah.
once they're properly distracted, then start maneuvering.
I have a passive perception of 16. Do I see you, Quentin and Delirious?
We're not stealthing
Yeah, we're not
per se,
hiding.
so
All right, it sticks up. It brings its head up because it's got a long neck and all these legs.
in clear draconic, I will announce the righteous,
Yeah.
honorable Delirious of the Velkyn Weave. Defeater of Fandrusk, the dread in the darkness.
I take the sloth's hand and I wave at them with it.
You have. What have you done? That is Van Brusk.
Fandrusk is no more. We have upheld our end of the bargain.
What bargain? We not eat you. That was bargain.
I gesture towards the fallen adventurers. Their treasure.
You want num-nums?
Yes, famished.
Seems really suspicious of you. And then skittles over, picks up one. Looks to be the warrior and brings it back and kind of spits it out at your leg, at your feet.
It looks delicious, but I need to prepare it, and I'll keep eyes focused on it, and I will strip it of its accoutrement. And I say in Draconic, too crunchy, small teeth. And I'm stripping it of gear, giving it the pat down.
All righty. Looks like they had already stripped it a lot of his gear, so he just brought the body over. All the rest of the stuff is over there. And weirdly enough, there's all these little pig carcasses, like bones, all throughout the entire nest.
Like actual pigs or the road?
Pig bones. Lots of pig bones.
Where are they getting pigs?
Good question.
So you want? If we give you this, you go away?
I point to the pile of crunchies. The stuff that was on it, the stuff that gets caught in your teeth. That's what we wanted. If we come back, would you like some more? I gesture to the pig bones.
Call piggies.
I take that as a yes.
No. We call piggies, you kill dragon. You mighty.
Yes, we are mighty.
He'll go over and he'll grab the other adventurer. And brings it over. It seems to be a female moon elf. And dumps it at your feet.
How long does it look to have been dead? A while?
A couple of 10 days.
Okay.
Too long for a revivify, but and also there's not enough left for a raised dead. It would take a resurrection. Stagander,
Yes.
do you want to do anything? Do you and Rangrim want to do anything?
I'm just holding back until it looks like they might be in trouble and need backup.
I was just gonna creep off to one of the sides, be within, charge distance.
Yeah.
But off to the side to catch him and hopefully pull attention away if necessary.
I've got an arrow knocked, but like down low and not actually drawn.
Flanking position.
Holding off in case this goes south.
You kill dragon, you get reward. You want these two? You have them.
What about the crunchies, the sparklies? I point.
What about them?
That is the reward we were promised.
It goes back, grabs stuff and brings it back. And it has lots of legs, so it has all these different accoutrements, all the tools and weapons and different arms, legs, only like it's walking with half of them. And you can see it throws down a suit of scale armor, a flambeau style sword, great sword, a suit of armor that comes in 3 different pieces that is of mithril mesh, so fine it like could be worn under armor, and you recognize the manufacturers that of elves. I think it's elven chain. A gorgeous rapier that's adorned with all sorts of jewels and silver. It has like decoration going up the side. A little stick about that long.
I assume that's a wand of some sort.
I say,
Looks like it.
do not be alarmed. The rest of the Velkyn Weave is here to collect these items so that the righteous honorable Delirious does not need to reach down. You are mighty, you are strong, and we respect that.
Strong. I am Azazir, Slayer of Dragons.
Indeed. I will be journeying to the surface, and if you wish, I can relay to people how strong you are.
Yes, tell dragons to fear. Azazir is here.
Indeed, indeed. So, I give one of those hearty, like, evil dragon type laughs in Draconic 2, like laughing with him. And I'm kind of gesturing like, come on, pick the stuff up. We got to get out of here before things.
You will not have time to quickly pick up all the coins.
That's fine.
But you can pick up all the cool items if you want.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
And the 2 bodies as well.
Yeah, I figure.
If you want.
May as well
You should
take them back.
probably bury them or give them.
Take them back to the Brindol. If we're going back to Brindol.
Yeah, people have family. Somebody will want to resurrect them. Or not.
What about the gloamings? Are they going to be safe?
You want me to ask?
Kinda. Unless somebody else thinks it's a bad idea.
I use the Bahir's name.
Azazir.
Yes. Do you plan on, Azazir, do you plan on journeying into that cavern?
Dragon is gone. Hunt the dragon. Wait for hatchlings.
How soon until you have more? 10 day?
Yes. Not certain, but soon.
Congratulations.
We could not move eggs when dragons show up.
Perhaps we can come to some sort of agreement. There's new residents in the cavern, the people who built it. They are not enemies of the Bahir. And they are enemies of dragons.
Give us dragon to eat, and we leave friends alone. It gestures to your sloth.
I translate.
Why do you want him?
She said that you are mighty and strong. Your teeth are very sharp. And you must have slain many dragons in your time.
Yes. This is the big one. Biggest we've ever seen.
They said they want him because he's the biggest dragon they've ever seen, and they want, street cred for killing him.
Strong.
They want street cred for killing a sloth right now.
Hey, that's not how it goes in the stories. He's a dragon.
It's strong.
So best case scenario, they leave the Gloamings alone. Worst case scenario, they ingest his shadow essence, became Shadow Behir.
That is a
It's about a 50-50.
yeah. I mean, I'm inclined to do it. It's just I feel a little bit bad about it. I mean, he's getting kind of cute. I don't know. He's just so slow and derpy.
Did you
His tongue
know
out like,
sloths only poop once a week?
Here it comes.
that makes him a better pet than cats.
Look, you got about 30 seconds until you got a whole other problem on your hands.
Kill him quickly.
You toss him the Behir?
But I
So you
hand
toss
him
the
over.
sloth to the Behir?
I don't toss. I hand him over. I don't know. I feel kind of weird about this now, but I'm gonna do it.
They pick him up.
Yep.
And they draw him, and the Behir drops it down his throat, and you hear kind of like a Plinko chip going down the inside of its gullet. And it spits lightning at the ceiling to fry it. And the whole place kind of smells of burnt sloth fur.
What's bad
Azuzir.
about this?
Azuzir. I try and get a chant going. Azuzir.
Azuzir, 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 Azuzir.
I kind of wrap it up with a bow and just reverse back, pulling the treasure into the other room with everyone.
We
Elden
stay until eggs hatch. Then we hunt. Your little friends need not worry.
Understood.
We grow strong from dragon.
God, I hope not. Okay. Good hunting. We bid you adieu.
Are you leaving his 4 eggs there?
Yeah, I'm not touching the eggs.
All right.
That's
Unless
And
you
I
guys
will give you-
want to.
That's a problem for next month's Velkyn Weave.
Look,
Yeah, that's future us's problem.
you need to seed quests and let them grow, and then Tymora discovers them.
Yeah.
Hey, there's
sure.
these 2 shadow Behir running around with this passel of little Behirs. You're causing all kinds of havoc for the Snurf Neblin.
Look, if you thought
Oh,
the sloth
no.
was cute, you haven't seen a Behir in their little clutch of baby Behir.
Oh, I'm sure the baby Behir are quite adorable, especially when they have a shadowy aura around them.
Baby Behir.
Look, there's nothing at all that's going to go wrong with this plan here. It is guaranteed.
Guaranteed terrible.
I didn't say guaranteed what, just guaranteed.
Oh boy.
Yep.
All righty. Well, there's no time to pick up all the coins, but you do get all the items,
That's
which we can
we'll
I'll-
deal with.
Yeah.
you can share. You have a chance to go through in a little bit. You can return back to the cloister, to the
Yep.
halls of the hidden moon, and Devar is there. So, how'd it go? Did you make friends? Do you have a story to tell?
Yeah.
Can I write it down?
Sure.
What'd you do? Make sure to use the past tense.
We sacrificed the sloth shadow dragon
Mhm.
so that you would be safe. They will.
That
the
was
hero-
very generous of you.
the Behir will not journey into this chamber, and when their eggs hatch, they will travel from this area and hunt elsewhere. In theory,
Oh, good. I will let the others know.
I would still post guards.
Yes, in case it has done something.
Good luck.
Thank you. And we wish you good luck too.
Stigander. Tell me I did the right thing.
Do you mean making the shadow dragon a sloth or feeding the sloth to a behir?
I know that making the shadow dragon a sloth was poetic justice. Feeding it to the behir though, and it looked at me and it had these big brown eyes. I don't know. It's gonna keep me awake tonight.
It is a small price to pay for a colony's safety. I don't know. I don't know if I feel like the behir necessarily kept their word as far as giving us treasure in order to fight the shadow dragon. So I'm not entirely sure as to whether or not they can keep their word in this particular format.
Yeah.
I like to be my own devil's advocate sometimes, and I would like to point out that there is at least 40,000 worth of gold in the form of the here eggs in that other chamber. I'm just saying.
That's not where I thought that was going. I was about to rebuttal you, but then the conversation was somewhere I wasn't expecting it.
I don't really have this. I want my higher level spell slots back before I consider.
The problem is if they're going to hatch soon, that's not like
the handle time and baby behir and Brindol.
Here is not a lot of time in order to get that situated.
I'm joking more than anything. I have no animosity towards the behir. While they were a little reluctant to give up the treasure, they weren't pricks about it.
Yeah, not the worst.
I'm in complete agreement. I don't have any particular animosity towards them. They're just hanging out here for their children to be born. And you can't move eggs once they've been laid. It's too dangerous for the embryos.
Yeah. Not with reptiles.
Yeah. I hope they keep up their side of the bargain.
I mean, is there? I wonder if we should ask the Goemon if there is some way for them to contact us if something bad was to happen, so that we could come back quickly.
I'd like to know also if they have any kind of fighting. They seem like quite a artistic culture. I don't know if they have any kind of way of defending themselves. I'm sorry.
Actually, I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
We've done it before. Wall off with stone that cavern. Both wall of stone, or I could paint one up. It's not going to stop them forever, but it would give them the seconds warning that they would need to potentially flee back through the portal.
It's not a horrible idea.
Assuming they don't need to immediately travel out of this cavern.
If you wall off the second cavern or
right behind the portal.
Well, like I was thinking, there's the that first room that we came into where they've got the water. We wall off that section, so they still have access to the water, and I think they said their little marsh area. That's not a bad idea.
Float the idea to Devar and Lathina.
But Devar says, "Oh, I will have to defer to Lena." And Lena is like, Yes. This would have been good. It will have given us time to flee in behind the moon.
So if we could get Bope to wall of stone it, but if not, I'll magic paint it up.
You can get Bope to wall stone it. I know he has that spell. That's not a problem. Lena appreciates your concern for their safety and reveals their primary mode of defending themselves is putting people to sleep. Gloamings have racial ability to cast sleep. And if they work in conjunction, they can stack the hit dice that sleep does.
Nice.
That's and how many did we see come in here?
100.
100.
Oof.
That's
A lot of sleep.
That is a lot of sleep.
The problem is they can't do much after that. So they use that as prime running away time.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
that's what that would be.
Because as soon as they do anything to it, it wakes up. And the dragon was horrifically immune to, they just didn't have enough hit dice to get it there.
But here, on the other hand,
Hmm.
Well, I'm glad
That
we
dragon
could,
had well over 500 hit points.
Oh,
I'm glad we could be of service, and I'm sure we'll return back since Bope is studying the flux point.
If you do come back, some of the other gloamings who are crafters will be happy to trade with you if you have need of things. They are particularly looking for mundane items like cloth and metal and wood that they don't have access to down here. They also would probably be very, very agreeable to receive items that would be good for, or materials that would be good for artistic pursuits, like various forms of tile and glass.
Yeah, I'll make a
Sweet.
list and stock up the portable hole next time we come through.
As for what they can offer, various things they find down here in the Underdark, which would probably mostly be precious metals and gemstones. They also know a good bit about fungi, but they're not really good for humanoids all the time.
You guys ever craft anything from shadow?
They get really cagey when you ask that. I don't really answer.
Interesting.
Conversation for another day, maybe. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to go take a long soak back in Brindol. Wash the stink of dragon off me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we going my way, or are we going Delirus's way? Mrs. Boat.
Well, I have to rest if we're going to do that. So I think we should teleport.
Yep.
Well, I shall
Oh!
assume I have spent my.
Sorry.
I was going
Go
to
on,
say,
Delirus.
go ahead.
Yeah, I got to turn you into a beast of burden of some sort.
If we're going to do
Careful.
your way.
Oh, we don't need to if we're teleporting?
Well, you're kind of messy in there.
Remember, it's a very tiny chamber, and you need a strong person to open up the door. And I think the door swings in, maybe out. I'm not sure. But if we teleport into Bope's little crypt, and I'm huge or large, bad things will happen.
But it may. I don't remember how big it is, but like, what if I turned into something that was like strong but long?
I mean, that could work. And, if we teleport over and you lose concentration, well, then we get buried to death under a mound of coins inside of a crypt. Perfect. They don't even need to pull us out. We'll just be dead.
Like a horse with a horse.
Well, I was thinking like a really big snake.
Like a giant snake. Not many hands or pockets.
Well, no, but we can, I don't know, wrap things around you. They're very strong.
You could still saddlebag a snake.
Yeah.
It would stay still long enough.
Haven't you ever wanted to be a big snake?
Sure. I've seen Eldon back when he summoned plenty of giant constrictors and stuff. So quite familiar with their size and dimensions. If that's what you're going to do, then
I mean, that's my idea. It's if you want to do it, I can do it.
I don't have a problem doing it. I just need to paint the saddlebags first. Otherwise, it's
Okay.
not going to happen.
Well, there you go.
And as long as you're coiled up we could all climb on top of this snake while you're being a cute little cinnamon bun, like snakes do, and then we'll all climb on top of the snake, and then we'll all be safe.
I'm going to paint myself a jaunty little hat. If you could make sure it gets put on my head.
Of
After I'm
course, of
transformed?
course.
Okay.
It's very important that you have a hat.
All right. So I think maybe we do a little montage scene here, and Quentin gets out like his easel and a sketch pad, and he's like, he draws some saddlebags and he's like talking like, no, that doesn't work. He crosses it out and then like draws a snake and some new saddlebags. Yeah, everyone gets thumbs up. Like, and then finally he gets out the magic paints and actually like paints the set of saddlebags and stuff that will carry all of our loot.
So it's been written, so let it be done. The montage goes off.
Montage.
I got a jaunty little hat on,
Mhm.
snake form.
Now, how much money do we have here? We have basically they're 100 coins to a pound.
Yep. And how many bags do we have for carrying the coins?
I mean, we knew how many coins we had, so we could. Either way, we would have wanted to bag the stuff up for transport. Now or later.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we don't need to be that mobile. We just need to be able to fit within.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So encumbrance is not a concern.
Oh, I don't
As
think it
much.
is.
We won't be able to move once we get there, and
So
we're bringing money
You'd be
into
like
a
this,
church.
like-
So
So all right. So I can. So you can put how much into your bags holding 500 pounds?
the portable hole is like a 10-foot cylinder. So we put all the like very high value stuff, the gems and probably magic items, and then we're just dealing with coins. Some amount of coins will probably go in there. It's an
So I'm
academic
looking
problem.
at there are 150,000 coins,
Okay.
which comes to 1,500 pounds.
Yep.
And yes, my understanding is I looked it up because I thought this might come up. A bag of holding holds 500 pounds. The residence will hold 1,000 pounds.
Oh.
And there's not a weight limit on the hole. It's just a volume limit.
And Rangram can hold 400 extra pounds.
So he's the pack horse.
And I'm the pack snake.
Mhm.
Because right now
All right.
I'm just under 200 pounds of encumbrance, and I can. I guess. I'm sorry. I can do another 100 pounds. That's my push, drag, lift.
I think Snake Quentin deserves a new name while he's a snake, and it should be Sir Hiss.
I want to see him fly like in the Robin Hood movie. With his little
Stick his
tail
head in
going
a
out like
bubble, and yeah.
Mhm. I love that movie.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
The only thing Sir Hiz can think about is how delicious a Bahir egg would be right now.
Oh yeah. That would be so good. You want to go get one?
Well, he's gonna be
Unfortunately, I'm late
burdened
in.
with.
I try to make a move for it, and I'm like coins jingle, and I don't move very far. So
Yeah.
maybe later.
All right, between your bags, your residence, your portable hole, and Sir Hiss,
I think the only
you
thing we're
managed to
leaving.
load up all the gear, but you're going to have to do some serious unloading whenever you get to Brindle.
I was going to say the only thing we're leaving behind is our dignity.
And you watch.
We don't
as
need
the,
dignity. We're rich.
The gloamings are sitting there, and some of them have got like charcoal out, or are trying to sketch your contrivances to put all the coin, all the 10 pounds of gold into a 5-pound sack.
It's fine. Everything's
They
fine.
find it fascinating.
I know what I'm
No,
getting.
no, keep going, keep going. Could you stand right here and maybe hold it up this way? It's a little bit better for posterity.
Witness the power of greed.
I'm going to get this emblazoned on my replacement shield. It's going to be a snake coiled up, laden with gold bags, and a jaunty little hat.
I imagine Stigander's just like an air traffic controller.
All right. Everyone hold hands and tail, I suppose, says Bo. There you
What if
go.
we
Ready?
Okay.
And we're going to start in chat. It is not fast, if I remember correctly. It takes a while to cast.
Yeah,
It takes a while to cast teleport circle. So 10 minutes or so.
I think so. Yeah.
So we're going to get to know each other really well.
We have time to sing a song. Yeah.
Kumbaya.
1 minute.
Hiss.
And the entire place fuzzes out as you step into the weave that connects all of Faerun, and you feel yourself shooting forward through the ley lines and dodging this way, that way, and then like a fraction of a second later, shoot, everything comes back into focus, and you're inside of the dark stone crypt. And it is tight because there's a giant snake filling most of it, and everyone else is kind of pushed up against the wall.
Are there like tiny little windows or like slits in the crypt, or is it like solid stone walls all around?
Solid stone walls.
Okay.
So
Alright,
hold
so
dead people.
I'm going to shimmy my way to the door and yank that thing open.
I'm not the one
Well,
concentrating
Grim has
on
no
this, so-
problem because he actually has.
Well, I was
strength.
about to ask, like, does Quentin need to be a giant snake anymore? Because we can create more room.
No, 'cause
That's on
we still-
you.
We still have to get the bags out of the crypt, so this is fine. I just
Okay.
shimmy, shimmy.
Shimmy. And you grab. The problem is there's a snake in the way. You can't open the door.
Not at all, or
Maybe you could slide out with the acrobatics check to kind of wiggle out, because the door can open about that much, because it's a 10-foot by 10-foot crypt.
All right. Get some.
All right. Maybe some acrobatics check as you random face to wiggle out.
16.
Oh, he wiggles out, no problem. Oh, everyone else breathes a sigh of relief.
All right. Who's next?
I guess I'll give it a shot.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, I don't have good rules for either of those things.
Acrobatics.
You got that Dex 3.
Yeah.
I've got athletics and not acrobatics as a ranger. What crap? 23.
Out she goes. The elf just kind of slides out.
I give a little snap.
Whoa, I'm gonna maybe.
All right,
some
that leaves you,
damage.
Delirious, or do you want to stop concentration on the and Sir Hiss?
Well, I mean, it may.
I think it should give Sir his eye roll enough space to maybe let us open the door.
Yep, if you can get Delirious out, you can open the door and let Sir Hiss
Okay.
out.
All right, let me. 19.
Huzzah!
Out you go. And the high cleric of Tymora steps out of the crypt. And you are, what time of day would it be?
High cleric.
I didn't know I descended that far.
Are you not high cleric?
I know that
So-
seems like maybe there's only like one high cleric, like
I
the
know,
Pope. I
That-
don't know.
That's the joke, right? So you like go out to Waterdeep and like Neverwinter, you're the only Time-Worn cleric left.
You do have a title. Literally, it was the right
High
honorable.
luck bringer, but that's different.
Yep,
I
high
don't
level.
know.
Is it,
Uh,
though? Think it's
And I
the
don't want to be
same.
like
Anyway,
in charge
it's-
of nothing.
It's evening when you get out. Your days and nights might have gotten a little bit twisted up being underground for so many days.
Pretty normal.
Okay. And so it is evening, and with everybody else out, you're able to open the door enough to to allow a giant snake out, loaded with bags and with a jaunty hat.
Yee.
Nobody ask any questions.
So we'll trek our way back into town and just wave at the guards with our giant stick.
Well, you are already in town.
I thought
If we look at the,
crypt was slightly on the edge or something.
Nope. If you look at the map that we have on in the production deck on slide, what is that? 24. The crypt is area 20. has a wall around it and little crypts facing the edge.
Oh, I see it.
Ooh, Gotcha.
I
Okay.
mean, we still have to walk. Still have to go through the town to get to the keep. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do. Are you slithering through town, and where are you heading there, Quentin?
please stay at Sir Hiss. I'm sorry, my lady. We have returned your husband. He is now this snake.
So with polymorph, how stupid am I, or do I still recognize my friend?
I believe you retain all of your mental stats. Actually, I think you retain all of your stats. So
I think that's like the druid one. I think they're replaced, and I'm stupid. The druid wild shape.
hold on. Target statistics, including mental ability scores, are. Oh no, they are replaced. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
This sounds like a job for a ranger.
It retained its alignment and personality.
Haha.
It's very greedy.
So I probably
one catching the treasure.
Yeah.
It never wants to leave the crypt.
Is there a snake whisperer here? Somebody who can charm him?
Yeah, the snake doesn't want to leave the crypt. It's nice and dark, and he has all his treasure.
He's gonna refuse to leave. We're gonna have to end this snake.
I can speak with animals.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
I can cast that. That's a thing I can do as a ranger.
Yeah.
All right.
Talk to the snake.
If some nice big juicy rats for you.
Who would have thought a-hole warlock is an a-hole snake? Bam.
Yep. So I'm gonna do that. See here. This says limited by their intelligence. How intelligent?
One. Mine. I think the only thing I say is mine.
Now, Quentin, you know that treasure's for all of us. Don't.
What's not?
Mine.
I
know if it's
know.
gonna save your egg.
We're gonna make sure. We're going to make sure that everything is taken care of. We have to build a temple still, and we've got plenty of money to hopefully cover the taxes that you are complaining about. So you got to come out to the crypt now. Come out to the crypt now.
You wish to make a persuasion check?
Yeah.
Let's see how suspicious he is.
I'm not proficient in anything on here. I've got intelligence 1, wisdom 10, charisma 3.
I rolled an 18 for my persuasion.
Yeah, it's gonna
plus 0.
So, just rolling a d20 here. Yeah, you got me beat. Rolled a 12. So less than that.
So the snake comes out?
Reluctantly slither out, following the Stigander.
We got lots of juicy rats at the manor. Come on. We're gonna go see your egg. Don't you want to go see your egg?
Mine.
Eggs aren't actually very.
Yeah, okay, I'll follow it.
I know they're not. They'll eat their
But
kids.
Quentin, maybe. So maybe there's enough of Quentin in there to care.
Yeah, hopefully there's enough of Quentin in there to care.
Yeah.
All right.
Ask me in 45
Do you want
minutes.
to take any steps to prevent other people from running across Sir Hiss? Or just
It's fine. We're there with him. He's clearly a pack snake.
All right.
Well, you guys never seen a pack snake before? Leave them all the time down in Waterdeep.
Would be up in.
There's the lofty pack snake guild.
He is wearing
You come
a jaunty-
across some townsfolk and they see the snake come by, and at first they're like they like grab each other and point, and then they realize you're with the snake, and then they just don't scream and run away, and the jaunty hat helps.
That was the last thought I had before.
And they're like looking at it going like,
You ever seen a snake in a party hat?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a snake in a party hat.
And they just watch in amazement and curiosity. In fact, they like, oh, go get Frank. And they start, more people come out to watch the jaunty snake.
No one should
The
be
jaunty hatted
surprised.
pack snake slither through town.
No one should be surprised.
Yeah,
at
no,
this
we get up
point.
to all kinds of hijinks. It's like,
And everyone, and like you see windows opening up as people peer out and watch as the snake slithers through. Where are you going? House call?
Probably.
yeah,
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah. It's for the easiest.
I really
place.
want to see Lady Call's face. We tell her this is Quentin. I want
Right.
to see.
You get all the way to the gate, which is closed because it's dark, and there's a guard at the little house right inside.
I feel like I probably have my
Oh.
hand on Quentin Snake Quentin's head.
Oh,
Like,
right, honorable Daenerys, says the god. How can I? What on earth? How can I? Oh, sorry. What on? What
Do you
on
not
earth?
recognize your liege?
What you? No, you are no.
No,
you
not
are not
me,
my
the
liege.
snake. That's ridiculous.
What, the snake?
Yes.
He's been cursed. Lord Liege Quentin has been cursed.
No.
Oh
He's
no!
fine.
I need to go tell her ladyship.
Yeah, go tell her.
I don't think that's a wise idea.
And he takes off on a run.
She's gonna hate us so much.
What can she do? It's only temporary.
She could tax us.
Yeah. Well, she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't tax you because that's, cutting off her nose to spite her face.
Okay. Soon enough, the other servants are opening up the gate and letting you in, and they are bowing to the snake, convinced that you are that you would not tell them a lie or.
I
fool them
did
in any
not.
way. I know.
told no lie this time.
And Vrasakal is standing on the steps at the front of the door with her hands on her hips, with her lips in a thin line.
Just look at the amount of gold.
Is she gonna shake her finger at us
So-
and give us a lecture or something?
What happened to him this time?
So I figure the polymorph is probably about hour duration.
Yeah.
So when it wears off, I would like all the stuff to kind of like Quentin gets kind of consumed by it, and then he's gonna be rebirthed as he
I don't
catches
know.
out of a pile of golden
I
coins.
don't know if you want to be consumed by bags of gold. That's
That's
He
dramatic
probably
license.
won't be crushed.
Those
He's
are-
wearing
How many
armor.
pounds of gold are you carrying? 1,500? Are you carrying a literal ton of gold?
No, it's not all of it because some's in the hole, some's in the pouch.
Some's
It's more
in the
like-
house.
some's in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. So you turn back into Quentin and bags of gold just go all around you as you, or do you want them underneath of you and then you burst out?
Kind of like that.
You
Yeah.
just-
Dramatic entrance.
All right, you do your dramatic. The
Performance
snake
roll.
disappears.
Come on.
I'll do a performance roll.
I agree with Jeff. Performance roll.
I'm
That's a
shaking
17.
a tambourine.
Well, actually, 13 because I'm still hurting from that death. So
Ooh,
And
That's
all the
right.
people are like,
I can play the
all
flute.
the servants.
I give a cough or two and spit some coins out too. Little flirt.
She looks down at you.
Honey, we're home.
So you weren't cursed. He got better.
I always get better.
Should have seen him when he was a newt.
No, that was me.
Oh, that's right. Gecko.
Well, I see you solved
They're
our treasury,
different.
Rose.
Well, of course, I only have a portion of it, but we do have stories to tell and the possibilities for commerce.
Come, we'll have the servants clean this all up and store it away. Let's get you bathed and fed. Perhaps with a nice glass of wine, and we can tell me all about it.
Nice juicy rat.
Mm,
I'll pass. Yes.
Oh, no, he's in front of his wife now, so now he's got to be all high and mighty. He can't roll around in the mud with us.
Will the rest of you be joining us tonight?
Maybe just for this evening,
Can
since
do
it's
that.
so late. Accommodations would be hard to find.
I could stick around, I guess. I was going to go
Yeah.
find a nice tree to sleep in, but
A nice tree.
I have need of some of Quentin's study. I have some letters I need to send off.
Sure.
All right.
Make a-
And she
make a
invites
note
you
of it.
into the Manor House of House Call. And that might be a good place to take a quick break.
Yeah.
Break, you say?
A break, I do say.
ooh. I think that's
Do we have any announcements for today?
No,
Not
Uh,
today.
Not at this time.
Not at this time.
It's just-
All righty. In that case, my friends, meet us back at 8:30, say.
Yeah.
And we'll see what you're good. We'll start dispensing all the treasure and find out what has happened. Meanwhile, back in Brindol.
Yay.
All righty, my friends. See you back in about 6 or so minutes at 8:30.
See you soon.
Welcome back, everyone. So the Velkyn Weave has returned back to Brindol, and it's time to see what has happened while they've been gone. So, my friends, do you want to play through the evening at the Call Manor, or do you just want to assume a good time was had by all? There was rest and merriment, and we could move forward with the next day when you can start getting various things done in town. Your choice.
I think the latter works for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Generally assume that the wife makes fun of Quentin. We have a fun time and then go to bed.
She does make fun of Quentin. Yes, that seems to be the way their relationship works.
I'll let the kid though show her off and be like, "We're going to deal with that curse, honey."
8 coos at you, and then needs to have the diaper changed.
Hand it off to one of the servants.
Nope, that's what they're there for. All right, that night, Rangram, can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Son of a bitch.
At disadvantage.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, it's this thing.
Probably all the poison we just ate.
Oh.
Looks like 11.
You have another bad dream.
Did I fail? Because I will indomitable it.
You did fail. Do you want an indomitable that?
Indomitable it, because why not? That's what it's there for.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! Oh. That's a lot better. 16. Probably still fail, but hey. $16.
Yes. No, that does not fail.
Yay! Fighter things do things.
Yeah, he doesn't murder us in our sleep.
What?
Yay.
Yay.
You do have another bad dream, though. And you dream of a city under the sea in the lightless depths of the world. 310T1, you weren't at the collection point. Where are you? 310821. And you feel that mental probing as it's trying to find out where you are, and that's what you're able to resist.
I will fill its mind with the shadow dragon. I was interrupted, and we had to take care of a problem.
Hmm. You are needed here, 310821.
Well, you want me to bring more divine, and this is the route my path takes.
Bring them to us. They are key to the great project. They shall help us make the God Shield.
But when is the next round? I will try to be there this time.
That is not for you to know, 310821.
Well, if I cannot know, that it is very difficult to get someone to stand still long enough.
You have gotten very self-reliant in the wilds. We will have to rectify that when you return. Come to the collection point. A repossession team will be searching for you. Where are you now? It really seems to want to know where you are. Do you show it?
I show him images of the Bahir Cavern, as if I'm staring up at them.
Remain there. We shall be there shortly. And the dream changes to normal Rangram dreams. You wake up able to have a normal long rest without feeling ill effects.
Well, we probably got a few days until we need to get back there. It still took us several days travel to get there. No, the joy. I still don't know how I ended up with this. It's very frustrating. Something else to write, Candlekeep, I suppose.
So, next morning comes. It is late summer by this point. We'll look outside and go, oh, yeah, okay, actually, early autumn. The fields are growing, going to be ready for harvesting soon. The harvest is on its way. There might be apple cider donuts in the near future.
Yum.
And let's see, let's do some rumor tables. Find out what's been happening while you're gone. Who wants to start us off?
Sure.
Rangram.
What you want?
Make me an intelligence investigation check.
Intelligence investigation?
Yep.
That is going to be a 15 on the money.
The city of Cremor is in open rebellion now. The disappearances haven't stopped. The adventurers being sent below haven't worked. The people are terrified. Caravans are now rerouting around the city. This is an economic disaster. That is one of the rumors you hear. Two, you hear someone else commenting, have you been dreaming of an underground city lately? I sure have.
Ruh-roh.
You also hear that Kelkin Afal, the Iltarch of the Council of Five and ruler of Cremor, has been publicly blamed for the disaster there. He was assassinated a few days ago. Secret agents destroyed all of his clones, and the temples have all conveniently misplaced his lock of hair for resurrection. Looks like he's dead.
Hmm.
Where is this again?
Cremor. If we look at your map of Omn, which is slide 22, Brindol has replaced Kxula,
Okay.
south of the Snakewood and southeast of the Cloud Peaks. The Snakewoods play the role of the Witchwood in our little campaign.
Cremor, I see.
And the Cloud Peaks are the Worm Smoke Mountains. And Cremor is the first town to the west.
Between us and Athkatla.
That is correct.
So we've probably passed through it going to Athkatla in the past.
We flew.
Except I think you flew.
Yeah, we flew.
Yeah.
Which still would have probably taken us over because straight line distance and stuff. But
Oh, another thing. Apparently, no one here really can pronounce the name that you picked for the skyship. So they changed it to the Goldfish.
Ah.
And the local bakers have started making crackers looking like your skyship.
Oh.
at least they're tasty.
They are tasty. They have a little bit of cheese in them.
Yep. Mm.
Mhm.
I find this acceptable. You uncouth heathens.
We should all get tattoos of a flying goldfish.
Done.
Alrighty. So who else wants to roll me a rumor check?
I will.
Alrighty.
Is this just a D20 or what are we rolling?
Roll me an intelligence investigation.
Oh, that's right.
And it depends how many you get.
That looks to be a 14.
Elena Navishvar has been promoted from Pomark of to Ilktark. So there's the Council of Nine, and there's a ranking system with Pomark being last and Ilkark being fourth. The Ilkark was just assassinated, so the Pomark went up a notch. Alenia is a rich halfling from out east by Eshperta, if you look at the map on 22. Her family owns a ton of vineyards and have several wineries. Provide much of the wine through Omn and the Sword Coast.
I will try and pull the thread a little bit on that and ask, hey, have you heard who the new Pomark is?
No one knows. They assume the change in the council is going to set off another round of political maneuverings as among the houses to see who will join the council as the new Pomark. They expect bloodshed.
Council of 9 currently, correct?
Council of 4, normally 5. Now they're 4, which means they're going to find somebody else.
Got it. Okay.
And that's 1, 2, and you've got it's every 5. So those are the 2.
Okay.
All right, Stagander or Delirus.
Go ahead.
Sorry, were you?
Stagander's doing an intelligence investigation.
Okay.
Next is you.
I got a 4.
You got a 4.
Got a 4.
All righty. You hear that Mahira must be bored as she's spending time teaching at the Brindol Academy. Teaching might not be the right word. It's more like she sits under a tree in the yard and answers questions posed to her. But she's really good at it.
Interesting.
And Delirus.
All right, that was intelligence investigation.
Yes, ma'am.
11.
11. You find 2 things. One, the halflings from Dalf have made a deal to run a tavern at Vroth Keep in the Witchwood.
Cool.
And you also hear that a knight and his retinue are visiting town. It was a glorious sight with pennants and gleaming armor and musicians. They visited Mahira. He visited Mahira, and they spoke for quite a while.
Okay.
And he's now apparently camped across the Elsyr Vale to the north of Brindle. Sorry, camped across the river just to the north of Brindol. They say he'll be leaving soon, and he's incredibly handsome, even if he does have some scales.
Another dragon in disguise.
Oh, yeah. That spoke. They spoke.
And those are your rumors. So who would like to do things in town? If not, I can roll and I can call upon somebody.
I have some things that I need to do. Well, it's not
I
really.
called one. I rolled one, so Rangram. That works well for my rolling.
It's less that I need to do stuff and more that I need to send letters off for downtime.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I am sending letters to Candlekeep. I'm getting the big guns involved.
All right.
I'm delving into the esoteric, into the forgotten knowledges of both dwarven and underdark knowledge.
All right. What letters would you like to know?
So I am going to write about the armor, shield, and weapon that was found, and the name that was given. We had that somewhere. Where did we put name?
Coralnor?
That was the town, or the dwarven hold, yes, and trying to nail down more where it was.
Are you talking about the dwarven plate created by the clan Zirkin? Is that the one?
Yes, but there was a last name.
Drazon True Anvil.
True Anvil, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find any knowledge about True Anvil, a feigned True Anvil, where he may have came, any histories about him. See if there's any mappage or other hidden locations that may be found in the deep lore of Candlekeep on that section of the Underdark in relation to Coral. Why am I so bad with names?
Coralnor.
Coralnor.
Sure. Well, we'll start off with yet another name for you. So, a young dwarf has come to town who is interested in joining your employ.
Okay.
His name is Dane Holgart, and he would love to learn at your knee about lore and archaeology if you will take him on.
Holgarth, Halgarth.
Just T. Holgart. Hulgart. Dane is the first name. He would like to enter your employee as a hireling and would be happy to take your letters to Candlekeep for you. He would count as an artisan.
And where is he coming from? What is his background?
All of his backgrounds? He is coming from the town of Imniskar at the foothills of the Small Teeth.
How did he hear of me?
Your reputation.
What? Reputation.
You fought off the Red Hand of Doom. There was a play about you at Athkatla. And they started touring.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Huh. And he wanted to be part of that because this sounds exciting, and he wants to learn more about the wonderful world of archaeology. So, be happy to help you. Yes.
I had kept my head down more, but I suppose not.
Well, you gotta stop those bards.
And then the other is the knowledge of that town, or the city under the water, or in the water under the Underdark. The one that I see in the dream.
Mm-hmm.
And We've talked about its name before, but it's evading me.
Alrighty, well, fortunately, we have Xanathar's Guide to Everything. So this comes under research.
Yep. Prepared for the research.
Excellent. Somewhere in here, I have it. Page 132. Alrighty. I have here, if you spend at least one downtime and 50 gold pieces, you can do some research.
Yep.
To learn some pieces of lore.
How much downtime and gold pieces would you like for a not a complete but a solid answer?
All right, you had going through this. You wanted to know about Krolanor.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to know about Thane Drasan True Anvil.
Mm-hmm.
And you wanted to know about the city in the dark, the city in the sea.
Yes.
That would be 3 different questions. So it would be if you want to drop 3 downtime, so multiply everything by 3. And if you don't get an answer, you can continue to invest.
Okay. Yeah, we can start there.
All right. Which one do you want to start with?
I think I think True Anvil probably be
True Anvil. All right. Make me an intelligence investigation check.
a D20 roll, you say?
Yes, sir.
16.
16. You learn. So Dane will come back to you, assuming that you have taken him in as a hireling. Will come back to you with the answer that True Anvil is the ruling house, the ruling clan of Krolanor.
A place
And
where
Krolanor-
sorry.
Go on.
Krolanor is that place where their ruler just got assassinated?
No.
No.
This is a lost dwarven kingdom.
Right.
And I didn't want to eat up all of our live time. This could be covered if it's more...
well, we're going to go over it pretty quickly. So they are the ruling clan of Krolanor. They were renowned for being descendants of the original settlers, the dwarven settlers of Shanatar, and rose high in the king of Shanatar's favor and were granted the right to build a new city that they eventually would call Krolanor, and pass it down from father to son all the way down until the city fell at some point, which would be a separate check to know all about Krolanor. Yeah. So give me another check.
Okay.
And Drazane, they do come back with some news about Drazane. He is was a noted warrior, a champion of the dwarves, and slew many dark creatures. He was particularly renowned for being able to slaughter deep spawn.
When was that?
Several hundred years ago.
Okay.
All right, give me another roll.
That's a 12.
Krolanor, you don't get a whole lot of information on, other than it's one of the 8 sub-kingdoms of Shanatar. And it was often known as the Jewel Kingdom.
Information I already have.
And it is located beneath the Troll Mountains. So if you look at the map on slide 22, it's all the way to the east past Eshperta.
Okay, interesting.
And it is now apparently a home to a nation of trolls
Mm.
and supposedly ruled by Ursumnog the Unkillable, who is a king troll.
Trolls. Why you gotta be so trolly?
Alrighty, and that's what you find. And the last one is the city under the ocean. Now, this one's going to be a hard DC.
It's okay because I got a 1. All right.
Oh,
Dane comes back and says that he's unable to discover anything more, but would you like to know more?
Probably. We have much more that I'd like to ask and have answered. Perhaps.
Alrighty.
Yeah, and then other things we can cover off screen.
Sure. You do have a lot of people coming to you offering their services. One of them would like to build a dock for the goldfish.
A dock, you say?
It would yes, it would be a tower that would kind of come in next to it, so we didn't have to land on the ground.
I mean, I don't expect to stay here too long, so I don't know if I want a permanent structure.
All right. Do you want to do anything with the treasure then?
I know a good chunk of it I had out in those 2 gems.
Mm-hmm. You find 2 of the perfect gems that you need. I believe you need 4 for your masterpiece.
Yep. 4 gems, 4 ingots of dark steel, 10-foot length of petrified duskwood, and go murder a giant.
I'm sure we'll find one that needs killing.
Something like that.
All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yes, but again, stuff that we can handle offline.
Okay. In that case, who would like to go next? If not, I'm going to roll.
I got a bevy of stuff. I can kick off here if you want.
All right. What you got for me?
So Enton Hammerfist, aka Snagger, he's one of my retainers that have been paying out of pocket, and I kind of set him in charge of the charity Kids Without Knives, and I tell him, hey, it's pre-harvest, harvest is coming up. Let's throw kind of like a big charity event. I got a bag of 500 daggers and some magical daggers. Let's have like a big old festival. Draw the kids in, age brackets, games of skill and stuff. Fun for everyone.
Oh, I love it. This sounds fantastic. Only a little bit of blood.
Yeah, and I hand him like a big bag of gold. Like, here's my charity for the year. So all told, I've given like 5,000 in gold plus, 1,000 of my own money in daggers and stuff. So it should be a well-funded charity. Just make sure the kids are happy and safe, and have some healing kits on standby. I'll leave it in your capable hands.
Snagger will be happy to start setting that up for you. It's going to take a little bit to come together, but the people could use a good party, especially with all the concern about the trouble that's going on out west. Okay. Oh, you get contacted by a pleader, an arbiter.
Oh, the trial or the lawsuit?
Yes. The pleader heard that you were looking for a tabaxi.
Yes.
One has found you.
Perfect.
Yes. Their name is Inherit the Wind.
That's a cool name.
Inherit the Wind. I like him already.
Inherit the Wind.
Inherit. Oh my god, that's so cool.
I'll put him on retainer. I want the Velkyn weave torn to shreds.
The ones that aren't us.
Yes.
The Velkyn thieves.
Just wanted to
Velkyn thieves.
That.
Oh yes.
So for this, to adjudicate this one, I would like, because this is a legal case, let's go ahead and use the crime entry under downtime.
Nice.
To adjudicate how long this takes.
Sure.
All righty. To attempt a crime, you must make 3 checks. All righty.
Can I determine like how much money, right, with that crime, or no?
Mostly, it's like how much money do you want to throw at it?
So I don't know.
Go away.
I think the Velkyn thieves are kind of 2-bit people. But what needs to happen is a message needs to go out to everybody in Brindle and Athkatla in the surrounding area. You do not screw with Liege Quinton Call, or the Velkyn Weave. So I'll drop 1,000 gold on this.
Wow, 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 wow.
Send a
My
message.
God, you're going to bury this guy. All right.
We're only
This is
burying
Let's
him.
go.
We're only burying him figuratively.
Well,
All right. So would you like to use... We're just going to go with one check instead of the 3.
sure.
Would you like to use Charisma Deception or Persuasion or Intimidation?
Persuasion, actually.
No, not the Deception, huh? Inherit the Wind is much better at Deception.
Well, I mean, since he's my lawyer and I'm talking with him, I can
Yeah, but when
tap.
you use your stats.
Oh, okay.
All right, so go ahead and make me a Charisma Persuasion check to see how this is going.
I'm in your
DC
way.
is
That's
25.
I got a 22.
22. Hmm.
Come on, Bishaba, help a guy out. We're going to build you a temple.
I'm alarmed. Quentin keeps calling upon Bishaba.
Oh, she doesn't give advantage. She gives disadvantage to other people.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's do this the other way because I'm kind of making this up as I go along. All right. Do-do-do. This will take 5 downtime days.
Okay. And the 1,000 gold.
And the 1,000 gold pieces. And you got a 22, which they are going to have to beat. I'm going to give them a +5. And they got a 19. So after five downtime days, Inherit the Wind is successful and has beaten back the complaint of the Velkyn thieves.
Yeah.
And has reversed them with a whole lot of other court charges, so they have to pay court fees.
Yeah.
And also
Wow.
issue a letter of apology and realize it was their mistake to bring the suit in the law in the first place.
That's right.
Not bad.
I'll hire the guy as like a minor retainer, kind of like the servant level. Basically, if he goes to a bar every night and drinks and tells the tale about how he tussled with the Velkyn Weave and was crushed and was wrong for it, basically, I'll pay for him to drink every night for the rest of his life if he wants.
Okay.
As long as he tells the story of being crushed and defeated, rightfully so, by...
Oh, for free drinks for the rest of his life?
Yeah,
Sure.
which probably isn't going to be
Put him
that
down
long.
as one of your retainers as what's skilled labor for the amount he's going to drink. And his name is Velkyn,
Skilled drinker.
skilled drinker.
Hey, plus he's a... Yeah, okay. And,
Alrighty, and
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
what else you got?
I'll pay some servants to cart the 2 dead adventurers off to one of the clerical establishments and ask that they have speak with Deadcast to identify who the hell they were.
Okay, they can do that.
All right. And I don't need an answer now, but basically I want to notify the families that they were recovered.
Well, I have the information.
Perfect. I think there was a moon elf and the warrior.
Mm-hmm. So the warrior is a Northlander by the name of Arkans.
Arcans.
Arkanse.
Okay.
And there is the moon elf. Her name is Sushina. Sushina. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
Do they have the funds to be resurrected? or do they want to be resurrected? Do they have the funds to do so? Is there somebody that they would like to have contacted? I think I can ask those.
Yes, and no.
Okay, so
They
yes,
did have
they
the
have.
funds. Mhm.
Okay.
They have easily have the they kept on hand the 1,000 gold piece diamonds necessary for the resurrection.
Yeah, I'll
Unfortunately, you left it in the Bahir's nest
the gems.
and all the coins.
Well, and then I'll ask one of them, hey, did you know Arcans? And ask the other one, did you know Shushina? Like, do
No,
they
the
know each
answer to
other?
both is yes.
Okay.
They were adventurers together.
Hey, if I was an adventurer and got left behind, I would want somebody to resurrect me. I will I'll blow the 1,000 gold on each
So
if that's what it costs.
To 2,000 each.
Oh, is it 2,000 each?
Well, it's 1,000 each, so 2,000. My apologies.
Yeah,
2,000 total. Okay. Probably the person that's capable of doing this is Tredora Goldenbrow, the cleric of Amantor in town. And she's the only one high enough level to do this sort of thing.
Tredora. It's been a while since we spoke. These two fell upon hard times.
She is sorry for their misfortune, but you can tell Tredora is very cold towards you, Quentin.
I know. I did wrong.
She will help them out of the necessity of helping them.
I wouldn't ask for anything more. And I'll leave the money or the gems with her to conduct it.
All right. Well, she's able to cast the spell. She gets one today. Which one do you want to have up first?
We'll get Shushina, the moon elf. She's top of my list.
Oh, hey, there she is. All right. Shushina is resurrected. As it knits, the magic of Amantor comes down and knits back her body and puts her back together. And because of the delicate nature of this, Tredora asked to do this privately because there's going to be some squick in here as the magic reforms it.
Understood. I've seen trolls being born. I don't need to see this.
True.
Ugh.
All right. And I'll just leave a note to give to both of them when it's done. Like, hey, Quentin of the Velkyn Weave got you resurrected. Come and see me if you want. If not, good adventuring.
Oh, well. She will show up first the next day. Or that same day as soon as she can.
Okay. Yeah. So you came out without any scars. Congratulations. I know what you went through.
Where can she find you?
Quentin would be getting ready to talk strategy later with Lady Call, so probably the Call estate.
Okay. She presents herself at the Call estate. She is a moon elf, so a little bit shorter than most humans, with long blue hair. And does she have her possessions back, or does she just have a clerical shift that they give her whenever you're firstly resurrected?
I would have made sure she had like a simple adventuring outfit, but if you're asking about the magic items and stuff they had, no.
She will be showing up. I want to see how she's dressed to begin with. She is a very attractive moon elf when she shows up, with the blue hair that she has in a French braid going down the back of her neck. This little bit does not like the itchy clerical shift that she's been given, but she bows low to you and thanks you very much for your generosity in bringing her back from her dead.
Hey, you're welcome. From one adventure to another, Glad I could help, and welcome back to this life.
Well, she feels that she owes it to you. She owes you a debt for doing this. Otherwise, you would have been dead forever, buried in the depths of the world.
Indeed, nobody wants that.
She offers to serve you if you'll take her into your employ, into your house. You are obviously a noble of some means, an adventurer of some prowess.
Just real quick to clarify, what is it you do exactly? Do you kill things? How flexibly moral are you?
I am a blade singer, skilled in the arts.
You had me at blade
Elven
singer.
court. I am Sushina of Ardeep.
Oh, well, welcome to my service.
And what shall I address you as?
Liege or Quentin?
Liege Quentin. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yours as well. I'm sure we'll get to know each other better.
I
And
hope so.
your compatriot is being brought back tomorrow or later.
Arcans? The red?
Yes.
You are generous. And you know talent when you see it.
Well, I'm more lucky than good. So.
Well, if you have to pick one, go lucky.
That's what our cleric says.
Have you seen my possessions, by the way? It would have been a coat of armor, my sword, and my spell book.
Did I see a spell book?
You did see a spell book.
Yes, we did see them. I will need to consult the rest of my adventuring party to make sure it hasn't been otherwise claimed, but I think it'll probably be able to get back to you in Arcans.
Well, if they can find their way back to me, I can be of greater service to you.
Of course. So you can go to someone else if you want. Otherwise, got that whole Pomark Lady Call stuff, whatever.
All righty. Who wants to go next? If you're up for it, Delirious. So, two aspirants of Tymora present themselves to you. They want to enter your service and become clerics of Lady Luck, as you are obviously blessed by her.
Why?
Why?
You are fortunate, says one.
Is that it?
Is that not enough? Luck is with you. You've defeated the Great Hand of Doom.
Luck is with me, but I paid a heavy price for it. I want to know why you think you can pay that price and why you think you're up to it.
Well, one of your aspirants is a non-binary halfling named Gamble Sweetspire.
It's a good name.
And Gamble believes that luck has always favored them. They're really good with the cards. They're really good with the dice. Things always just seem to turn up their way. And they want to give credit to Lady Luckbringer. And to spread her blessings to other people who are not as lucky as Gamble. The other one is a human woman named Zendara of Miran.
Uh-huh.
And you get the impression that she is probably a runaway noble.
Uh-huh.
And she claims that she wants to follow Tymora because she has not had much luck in her life. And she wants to find some. And she wants to learn the ways that you have that makes fortune shines upon you so that she could emulate you and have that luck in her life as well.
I'll take her side a little bit. tell me what you're running from.
Assassins.
That's pretty good.
Debts. Bad fortune. Failed crops. Sunk ships. My family owes a great deal of money. And it can't pay.
And what happens when these problems are solved one by one? What do you do then?
Usually another problem crops up.
Yeah, that's very true.
We kind of just solve those problems. Now we have all new problems.
Why did you come to me and not to Bashaba's representative?
I've already known the taste of misfortune. It's not to my liking.
All right. So I will accept her and Gamble as probationary novice clerics. I want to make sure that they actually like want to be part of Tymora's worship and not just looking for the benefits of Tymora's worship, I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like I like them so far, but I wanna be sure that they got the stamina to go all the way.
True believers versus those that are out for some of them.
Oh, that's something that might have to be seen through trial.
It might, in fact. Gamble especially, because if Gamble has always been good at cards, like
Doesn't have to cheat.
I mean, well, yes, no, they don't have to cheat, but also I had a thought. Nope, gone. Never mind.
Oh.
It poofed right up from 1 second to the next. But yeah, Gamble especially, I feel, because they've always been lucky. Gotta test.
It's time to spread the love.
Make sure they're not a fair weather cleric.
Well, hopefully luck won't turn on us. Does she do that, do you know?
Tymora is a fickle bitch. Yes, I'm allowed to say that.
You are.
And one day,
High
so
Lady
too will
Luckbringer.
you, Tymora willing. So yeah, understand that. There will be fair times and there will be fallow.
We'll just have to laugh when the living is good. And laugh louder when the living is bad.
Yes, that is essentially what you do.
Gamble laughs.
But you got to keep the faith. We'll see.
Speaking of keeping the faith and the faithful of Tymora want to start moving forward on building a temple to the Luckbringer here in town.
Yeah.
And a sculptor has come to town and would like to build a fountain to Tymora.
That makes sense.
One where you flip coins into it and wish for luck on things.
Yeah, cool.
It has like sketches, diagrams, and how it would work, and how it would have fountains coming out here and there, and the spouts.
Yeah. Make sure the fountains are inside.
Inside?
Yes. Because if they're outside, Bashaba's going to want one too.
Ew. This is a sculptor.
Indeed.
There's also another group of your faithful that would like you to build a riverboat casino in Tymora's honor.
I'm listening.
And they say that because Tymora's luck is fleeting, a
Mhm.
riverboat is the appropriate way to worship her because it comes and it goes. And the Elster River, they could travel up and down the Elster River, spreading luck and then leaving to remind people that luck is not there all the time, as opposed to having an edifice that is always there that people can rely on, because you cannot always rely upon luck. It is there and then gone. And also casinos.
Yep, and the riverboat always wins. Yeah, yep, done. Stamp of approval.
Okay. They're waiting expectantly for the donate for you to fund it.
How much do they want?
I don't know. They haven't gotten that far in their design yet.
I'll give them 3,000. Right here. And
They're
now.
all disappointed in that number.
What?
They're disappointed in that number.
Hang on.
Fine, they'll get 6.
There's some grudge. 6?
6.
All right. Is that each, or is that to be split between the Fountain faction and the Riverboat faction?
Oh, that's just for the riverboat.
Oh, okay.
The Fountain.
Well, where's my goose? Goose Salt Marsh. They got some boats in here.
Oh yeah, Salt Marsh does have boats. Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense.
Let's see what riverboat. Let's see what they cost.
Like a paddle steamer.
Oh yeah. Oh,
something
gotta
like
be with the smokestacks.
Yeah. The
Like
paddle.
And the jazz
big-
band.
The
Gotta have a
yeah,
jazz
like
band.
the Louisiana like
Oh, yeah.
boats.
Oh yeah.
Like a
Well, they have.
foghorn,
Don't they have one?
like a foghorn, leghorn cleric. Well.
Well, no, hold on. Let's.
So I. Yeah.
We're fine with the jazz band and the paddle boat
No.
and some Cajun food. We gotta have a Cajun chef aboard.
Shrimp.
Omnian does like their spicy food. Paprika is a crucial part of almost everything they make. All right, I'm looking for costs on my ships.
Ooh, some cinnamon.
I don't have a lot of cinnamon. They have to. That comes from Chult, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that.
Well, I
Definitely
can't
from
imagine
down south.
where any of that is written.
There's a surprising amount of stuff written down about where stuff is from in the Forgotten Realms. I just have to go dig it up.
God, I don't even know
Okay.
what's an appropriate amount for a fountain.
So a keel boat is 3,000 gold pieces, and a keel boat is one of the small river boat, not like like a steamboat, but like a small little one-mast ship that they use to transport stuff up and down. You might be looking for.
You want something bigger.
Yeah, it's got to be grand, worthy of Tymora's
Oh.
glory.
Well, it could still be a steamboat. Like you just gotta say of the size of like a long ship.
Like a galley, maybe.
I'd say a long ship would probably be appropriate. That's
Yeah, I would go
Galley.
with a sailing ship more than a long ship, because that's like Viking.
Yeah, well, I mean, it serves the same function because it doesn't sail on the ocean; it sails on the river.
right.
So it's going to be shallow.
Yeah, it's not about the actual ship itself. It's about the relative size. So like the long ship
Mhm.
being 70 feet, the sailing ship being 100 feet.
I don't think we're talking about length. I think we're talking about height here.
It might just be. So that one, if they're interested, they could lay down a keel here for you. Sailing ships are 10,000 gold pieces. Now, if you would like fanciness to it,
That's
I mean,
why
we got all
would.
sorts of things here, like clockwork oars.
That's why you gotta go.
No, let's.
That's why you
wait a
gotta
minute.
go with the middle size. You got the small size with the keel ship. You got the large size with the sailing ship.
If we don't get the clockwork oars, do we need to hire people to row this monstrosity? Like some sort of
Yes.
peasant?
Or you'd have to harness some sea creatures to pull it.
Dolphins. River dolphins.
Oats.
Dolphins.
Or you could rely upon sales.
What happened to the steam engine? That exists
What?
somewhere, doesn't
What
it?
steam engine? That would
I don't
be
know.
that would probably be an upgrade, which would cost. You'd have to find.
No. I got it.
person.
Our
What's
friendly,
up?
totally not a gold dragon must have a friend who wants to live large, surrounded by money.
Our friend is totally gold dragon. Do you
Speaking
have a
of
relative?
speaking of her, actually, I did want to drop in as she has not been paid in some time, and I wish to deposit a sizable chunk with her.
She is very grateful
So
as she meets with you and asks you how your adventures have been.
Well, unfortunately, they have been underground, so we have had little need. But I am sure that once we finish with this, we'll need to travel once more. But otherwise, other than some troubling dreams, it has been fine.
What dreams trouble you, my friend?
Oh, some entity down the deep seems to have a connection with me, and I can't seem to get rid of it. And it keeps trying to tell me to go do its bidding.
Are you cursed?
Can you tell? 'Cause I don't
Well, I'm not a wizard, I'm afraid. Well, actually, no, I am. I'm an artificer. That's right. I do not specialize in that kind of magic, but perhaps revered, most Reverend Tredora might be able to help you there. Have you picked up any items that might be cursing you?
Maybe the spear? It's gotta be the spear. It's the only thing I think I've picked up. But
We're also friends of Bope. He is quite astute.
I suppose. Which one's Shadora?
Tredora is the Isomar cleric of Amontor at the cathedral here in Brindol.
Yes, Bope is quite busy right now. I will have to drop in on her. But before I forget, as I do not wish to do so,
he's seeking a new familiar.
Bope is?
Bope is.
Oh, fancy. Rangrim pulls out a large sack. Within it is 3,000 gold pieces worth of 4,000 gold pieces worth of gems and jewelry, as that is what he took the majority of his share in for her payment.
She looks at them and she runs her long, graceful fingers through them. This is very generous of you, Rangrim. You are under no obligation to present this to me.
No, but I think it's appropriate, and you did say when we first met that you wish to be paid as deemed appropriate.
I find this quite acceptable.
Excellent. Also, if you could, I'd like you, at least the ship, to hold on to these two. They are part of a quest that I'm on, and hand over the two flawless gems.
Her eyes go wide and she sees them.
I'm sure I'll come across more, but
first she bites her lip a little bit.
You okay there?
But then they are beautiful. Rarely do you see gems of such unique and precious perfection.
And given how long I feel like we still have to go, you will get to hold on to them for some time until I come back again for them.
Is there anything you would like me to do in the meantime? I've merely just been filling my days advising, counseling. You know, Lady most revered Tredora is quite wroth at Lady Call and her husband.
Oh, what is the issue now?
She blames them for the death of her lover.
Oh. Well, unfortunately, I really wasn't here for that part of it, so I can't say one way or another. But
I just mentioned it so that bridges might be built.
Not usually my forte dealing with people, but I'll see what I can do.
I've been keeping an eye out for any dragons, by the way.
Oh, does
Oh, yes.
the dragon lamp still not work?
It works all too well. Keeps going off the kobolds.
Yeah, the kobolds, of course.
But
The
also
kobolds.
there are rumors of dragons to the east near Ashperta.
We ran across them, didn't we, when we were flying around?
You ran into not a bronze one, a copper one.
Yeah.
I think it was Petra. No, these are well planes. The chromatics tend to hatch dozens on a regular basis. I think the eye of Tiamat continues to be on you.
Color me not surprised at that one. It is a long, difficult road. I hope that. I'm sure that is one that we'll be fighting for some time. But. But what is. What to best put you to use with? There's always, if you wish, or if you'd rather, instead of advising, you could always put your skills on the ship to use. I leave this up to you of what your preference is. Because if you want, we could use you as, well, there's a lot that goes on in these lands that perhaps moving those that are defending the place quickly would help the less fortunate. Perhaps such as if a place needs evacuation or anything like that, if that would more suit what you wish to do. I know that you care for the downtrodden and for those.
I have some ideas.
Just don't break.
Valente, for example.
Say again?
Valente. He will need assistance. He's our knight errant that has come to town.
Okay. Valente. I don't know if I've met that one.
He's a knight here that has come to visit just recently. Probably is going to be calling upon Lady Call here before long. He wants to establish a crenellation to the northeast.
What is a crenellation?
A castle.
Ah.
But not a full castle, more of just a stronghold.
Like a fort or something.
Mm-hmm. He wishes to train knights. He has this bizarre, a fascinating notion of something called chivalry.
I thought Brindol had knights. I know they lost many, but I thought they had.
They had the Lion Guard.
Yeah, those guys.
But Valente wants to found an order of knights errant, which are knights who are sent out to protect, kind of like adventurers, but with a moral code.
Excuse you.
Yes. I can help. If you were doing, hopefully you were not doing the advisement for living expenses. I can help fund that if that was the deal. I'd much rather you be engaged and enjoying.
Well, I can assist him It's a good idea. It's warriors walking around with no moral compass is just a recipe for disaster. And he wants to give them one.
Makes sense to me.
Otherwise, they become brigands and bullies and warlords and tyrants.
This land was full of those before we came, and from what I heard, Velkyn Weave took care of many. So yes, to continue that work. Rogues and warlocks.
Do you guys know what's happening in Brindle right now? If this guy founds his knights, there's going to be an adventure path. The the kids with daggers versus the knights errant. Pick a side.
The kids with knives leads into the knights errant. The kids with knives is like the Boy Scouts. The knights errant are the Eagle Scouts. Easy.
I don't know. It sounds like there's gonna eventually be like there's like rogue dens all over Brindle.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like a background, like a Brindle dagger kid or something.
Brindle dagger kid. I like that.
When you're a shark, you're a shark.
So go back to you real quick, Delirious. For a blinged out casino ship, a riverboat would be about 20K. And it would be blinged. You can get by with a okay one for 10,000.
Okay, I'll give them 10,000.
Okay. And it will double as it'll double as a shrine to Tymora.
So I gotta have something for the kids in a rainy day. 10,000 is all I can give them, but I think they may find other donors to this glorious cause.
Stigander, did you want to get in on this action with me? With Quentin?
Yeah, I was. That is in thanks for having saved my life. Yeah, I would like to donate to this. What will 500 platinum? That's 5,000 gold, right?
5,000.
I will donate 500 platinum.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I will do.
Tymora's riverboat.
Heck yeah.
What do we have a name for this boat?
We've been discussing it, and I was trying to get naming rights on it. I think maybe Tiamat paid for this, or Tiamat's bounty. I kind of like Tiamat's bounty. Plus, I like sticking it to the.
You keep tweaking her nose, don't you?
Well, I figured
that riverboat's gonna be the first thing to burn when she returns to this plane.
Yes, but then that will rally the clerics and the knights. Oh my God! Think of all of
the church donations that were lost. The icy waters of the river.
Or easy come, easy go.
Yeah, those are both good. Because easy come, easy go is really like the essence of Tymora's worship.
I want to twist the
really
knife.
Is.
Our Lady of the 1%.
No!
I was just gonna say the riverboat from the town that I grew up in, Astar.
Alrighty.
We'll
Any of these
think about
actually
it.
work. I mean, if you want to tweak Tymora's nose, go ahead. Just
Tiamat's,
might burn
Tiamat's
down.
nose.
Boop. I got boober nose.
Fuck you, demon dragon.
Which one? There's 5.
Yeah.
Pum.
That one. The blue one.
All the noses. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, gosh.
Stigander, did you want to do anything besides donate to the riverboat? Where? Also, I need to know where all this treasure is going. But we'll first go to you. Do you have anything you want to spend money on? Anything you want to do in town?
No, I don't have anything that I want to do in town. I did want to scope out the surrounding forest for a good place to put a cottage.
All right, make me a survival check.
I think. Oh, that is 23.
North of the town, north of Brindol, you find a path that Shandakul must have drawn you to. Because when you walk this path, miles pass quickly. And it takes you from Brindol up to, I believe it's Witch Cross.
Which cross?
I'm going to pull up Witch Cross, which is a small village that built around a ford across the Witch Stream. And near there, you find a abandoned country manor house. Kind of like, did you ever see the Pride and Prejudice BBC series? Where they have a little cottage out in the woods that's like 2 stories tall and has like the white limestone stucco kind of walls to it.
White plaster or whitewash?
Yeah, white plaster. Yeah. It's like that, except it's really run down and hasn't been lived in for quite a while.
It's a fixer-upper.
It's totally a fixer-upper. It's one of those rambling houses that kind of went on for a while. They just kept adding on to it. And there's like a barn and some stables, and everything is just hasn't been tended for a while.
Yeah, if nobody's living there, I'm gonna check that out.
Okay.
Just abandoned manor house in the middle of the woods. Heck yeah.
All right. Make me a survival check as you check it out.
All right, I can do that.
And then for the fun of it, make me an investigation check.
Ooh, that is a 17 for survival, and investigation is an 11.
You have heard rumors that houses like this are haunted by the wild woman of the woods. And while you're investigating or while you're taking a look around this place, you do find small barefoot prints of a human woman here and there in the dirt. You also find a lot of animal prints.
All right. It's like exactly this is my vibe. This is just creepy enough. I like it. I'll take it.
Oh, you'll take it?
I'll take it. And if I could, I know we're probably gonna figure out pricing for that, but like maybe hiring a staff of some sort from Witch Cross to help me like clean it out and maintain it.
Oh, that's going to take some persuading. That place is haunted.
Who's the 1% now, Stigander? I don't have
the cost will be for repairs.
Yeah, it's like I don't want like people to serve me. I just
want to pay them to do work for you.
I just want to pay them to help me like carry some twigs out and stuff.
Welcome to the 1%.
Yep. I am. This is so weird.
We have cookies that somebody else baked.
Persuasion?
Yes.
16.
All right. You can get convinced, probably with money, half a dozen people to come out there commoners to come out there and help you clean up the place, which is going to require getting the little swing scythes to knock down all of the grasses, fix up all the furniture, repair the shutters. The thatch is just wrecked. So you have a thatcher there who looks at this and goes, well, you could pull it all down and start again.
The whole house?
No, the whole thatch.
Oh, can I pay you to
it's
do
molded.
That?
He says he points it there and there and there. It's just rotting to pieces.
Basically, I want to pay contractors.
Okay. Well, you say right there, it's all done then. You got to redo it.
Okay.
So it'll take some time and money. We'll work that out offline.
Yeah, I can.
But yes, you have a fixer-upper house outside of Witch Cross, which, thanks to the paths of Shundakal, you can walk from that to Brindol in about 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Even though it's about 10 miles.
Right on. And I don't know if Xena is staying or she's got temporary. If I've got room to spare, I will invite her to stay here with me.
You do have room to spare.
All right.
She has been making do in a rental, renting a room. She was in somebody's basement. They tried to convince her to the attic, but she wanted no part of the attic.
I don't blame her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like, if you'd like to stay here, you can, and we'll consider this part of your retainment to me. So free rhythm board on top of your 5 platinum I give you for the, for the payment.
This is acceptable to me.
All right, so I'm gonna pay her for the day.
All right.
Make sure I subtract that. And just because I'm a superstitious person and I don't like to trample on any feet, ghost-like or whatever, I'm gonna leave a small offering on like a table of like some honeyed bread and milk for the ghost. Who knows? I'm trying to make friends.
All right. You leave some honey, bread, and milk. Here's the next morning, it's gone.
It also could be, halflings or something.
Could be halflings.
Brownies.
Could be gamble.
Could be gamble.
Red caps.
Could be. All right.
Awesome.
Quentin, you wanted to contact Rave Shara and start doing some selling and buying?
Yeah, I gave her my list of like magic items that I'm looking for, and I figure we can follow that up later because
I do
remaining.
have one bit that I wanted to cover though.
Oh, sorry.
She will tell you right away that there's no way you're going to find a periap of proof against poison for sale.
Okay.
It's way too much in demand.
Off the market. Okay.
But she also knows that she's gotten a lot of offers. Apparently people have learned somehow that you have a helm of telepathy.
Oh, yeah, probably because I use it all the time and wear it because it looks great on my face,
You have several offers to buy it from you. The best offer is from the house Dana here, who are offering 27,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, that is pretty extreme, and that will fund the rest of my purchases. I will accept.
Okay. Let's see, what else do I got going on here? Vrasa pulls you aside, Quentin.
Yes.
And says, we have an opportunity. There is an opening on the Council of Five.
Do it.
I'd heard the rumors and was wondering who would fill the bottom rung. Tell me more.
Well, to be honest, I think you would be a good fit for it.
Really, me and not my wife, Lady Call?
No, for two reasons. One, managing the Elsil Vale is a full-time job.
True.
Two, you're much more likely to be assassinated if you're on the Council of Five.
That's true.
So if you're on the Council of Five, I gain all the benefit and none of the risk.
How does that work being an adventurer,
At
though?
least she's honest.
While I'm
Yeah.
out, are you ruling in my stead, so to speak, or how does that work?
Well, you would have staff.
Of course.
That's the Council of Nine. The Council, by the way, they divide up the jobs.
What's the Pomarch responsible for?
Managing our exports.
I thought if you'd said waste disposal, I've got a guy for that. But okay, exports.
She looks at you with very curious. Well, all the wine, all the gold, all the wheat, all the rice gets exported. And so we set quotas, you set the amount that's being exported to this part. Remember, trade is a weapon.
I understand.
And we can break countries by what we send and where.
And there would be paperwork, correct? Things that need to be signed and shuffled and filed away.
Of course, everything has to be accounted for.
You had me at the paperwork.
Oh,
All right.
We could hire a whole staff for you of accountants.
Well,
It would be like the beginning of the meaning of life, where all the accountants are there rowing through the accountancy.
corporate raiders. I was going to ask
Yes.
you who needed to die for this to happen, but I guess that's already taken place.
Fortune favors the bold.
Yes.
Or maybe Lady Tymora has smiled upon you and didn't have to kill anyone.
If only that were the case.
Well, maybe Bishaba frowned on someone else.
Maybe they're both
For you.
different sides of the same coin, and I'm constantly flipping it.
There's a reason why I married you.
Let's make it happen.
Let us plot together.
Is that
Alrighty.
innuendo?
Plotting commencing.
Hmm? Oh, yes, there's some plotting. Either that or you can dump all big pile of money on the bed again.
No. We'll do
Okay.
it.
Get a Scrooge McDucket.
You're going to Scrooge McDucket.
If we had time left, I did want to speak with the rest of the Velkyn Weave about something important.
Oh, before you do that, the door bursts in. Arcan's voice comes in. I am here! Arcan's the Red! You have brought me back to life. I owe you.
That's
Life
right,
debt.
Northlander.
Boom. Life debt.
I go into full bro mode, but try not to get crushed by his high fives.
I gotta do it right. There we go.
Yeah.
High five. I thought I was dead when I've been eaten alive, but now I am back.
Look, it's going to be Shishina, you, me, the Velkyn Weave, 1,000 years. We're going to adventure until there's no more mead to drink.
Oh, I like this. And Shashina just kind of smiles to herself.
I
Yeah.
don't know if Dorlear
Flips
has
her
been
hair.
out that long.
Yeah.
I don't even know if this guy can hold a sword, but sure, I'll hire him. If for
Oh, he
nothing else,
can.
then the
He's looking
attitude
for a
is-
sword. His flambage.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
gotta say
needed
the
to.
magic word though, and then it bursts into flame.
I needed to consult with the
flambage.
Velkyn Weave, make sure it's okay to give back the Bahir treasure to these two, who I brought back to life. Surprise!
All right, gather up the group.
Rangrim has no problem with this.
I don't
Yeah.
have a problem with it.
Frankly, I didn't even identify the stuff, so who the hell knows what they're getting back? But have
What
your stuff,
do
guys.
you-
Party on.
What do you plan on doing with them? Are they going to stay here as like security or?
Well, that's a good question. They probably don't adventure with us, right? But they would do stuff. What's the scope of their talent, and how much am I paying them? We can talk about that later.
We
But,
can discuss the
You
payment.
know.
He has the stats of a warlord from
Ooh.
the I think it's Volo's guide.
yeah, that is not insignificant.
Mhm.
And she is a 9th level blade singer.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the first things is that she has a spell book. If Pope wants to copy things out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And because of this, you don't even have to get through all of her traps and her puzzles that she has on the cover of the spell book.
aw. Maybe we can try later just to keep in practice. But
Sure, if you want. If you go to Scene Setter E3, you can see the trap or the puzzle.
Oh boy.
ooh,
And effectively, it's a slender tome bound in stout blue dragon hide that is painted with silver line art by Sashina herself,
Hmm.
of a beautiful elven woman, which is probably a self-portrait, delighting in embracing magic. She's dressed in fashionable clothes and wearing fine.
feel free to sit in on the meeting, because I did want to talk to you all about Bishaba and the money and the temple.
Yeah, we have to get that built.
And I was thinking there was two ways we could go about it. as a member of Brindol, I love to launder/filter money through local construction companies. But what if we were to go with an outside contractor, get one of those fancy bards of creation or something, and get this puppy built like in a week's time? You know?
That would make her happy, probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Plus, it'd probably be done before the riverboat.
Yeah, yeah. And hopefully that would make her happy enough to leave us alone. So I'm in favor of that.
Okay. Now, do any of you know a bard of creation, a bard school? Otherwise, we'll have to do a little research and get somebody hired. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm sure you can find somebody.
I'm sorry.
Oh, if you want somebody built in a hurry, dwarves can build stuff in a hurry.
Oh, and there is that clan of dwarves around, the Hammer Fist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they did inquire about Vroth Keep and got turned down. I'm sure they wouldn't say no to the money.
That's a good idea.
We could send Rengrim because that one had the hots for him.
It's okay. Just stand there and look pretty, Rangram.
Exactly.
Is that what dwarf pretty looks like?
Yeah,
It really is.
I'm down for hiring the dwarves to do it.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
We can make that happen. I'll write that up and we'll sort out the details.
give them the big sack of gold we've been holding for that temple.
Yeah.
Finally, it's yours.
And that's a quest, right? Complete the temple.
It is a quest. That'll
It
be another
is.
point. You already finished one. You got the
Yay.
here later taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. We're speed
Oh,
running.
speaking of which, some treasure. They would like their to serve you, and they can do things like they're probably not strong enough to go down and face things on their own, but they can do things like if you find captives that need to be escorted out, they can do that for you. If you want to have representatives sent somewhere, they can. They fill the role of sidekicks.
Okay.
Or henchmen if we want to go to first and second conversations or terms.
Did we ask them what they were doing in the Bahir layer to begin with?
I didn't get into any of that. I just figured they were adventuring and got overwhelmed.
Well, but if they're not strong enough to like take care of things on their own, like, do they think they could take on a Bahir?
But there's
there-
like
there might
two
have-
of them,
There might
and
have
they're
been more.
And there's a
There were
difference
4.
between fighting them and going from point A to point B.
Sure.
You can avoid more than fight.
Yeah, no, I get that. I was just curious.
You said there
Just
were.
curious how they.
He said there
handle
was 4, so I'm curious at who their companions were.
We only saw 2 bodies, so I assume the rest were eaten beyond recovery.
No, they tell you, well, one of them they don't quite know. They don't know where one of them went. That was the rogue whose name I need to look up real quick.
Nimble.
Sure, Nimble. His name is Nimble.
No.
The other one was the wizard abandoned them.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Hezekiah the Wise,
what a dick.
because they were going here to find a magic sword that they heard that was in the treasure.
Wow. Well, if we ever encounter him,
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
companion quest. Find Zakian and exact revenge, or forgive him.
or both, revenge and then forgive.
Um,
Best of both worlds.
our blade
They
singers.
will also
Oh, sorry.
go on.
I was gonna just ask if blade singers could attune to the nexus point, or if that's something.
She would have to be taught by the Sirf Niblin, and she never made contact with them.
Could Bope teach her?
Or are you talking about the flux point in
The flux point. Yeah, sorry.
there's 2
Flux-
flux point. There's one in Crystal Stall, and there's one in where we just
Lair.
left.
The moth.
It would
lair.
have to come from the Sirf Niblin.
Okay.
Okay.
They will give, if you return their items to them, he has Mariner's Scale Mail, +2, Flame Tongue, which is a Greek sword flamberge. She has Elven Chain with a Keen Rapier +2.
Nice.
which will increase your crit range by 1. A wand of fireballs, helm of underwater action, a potion of flying, a potion of climbing, and Sashina's traveling spellbook.
I mean, she's doing pretty good for herself.
Mm-hmm.
And you also find they didn't have it. They didn't know where this comes from, but you also got looped into all your things is a potion vial that has a glyph of a 5-headed dragon on top of it that is has glittery gold, metallic liquid inside of it that's going up and down.
Door price for the casino riverboat.
And this, with some identification with Emerstall or Bope when he gets back, is an elixir of metallic dragon control, which will act as a dominate monster on a metallic dragon with disadvantage on the save and can't use its legendary resistance. Lasts 1 hour.
That sounds super evil.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe it shouldn't be a door prize.
It's gonna kill some dragons.
Can't use legendary resistance.
I mean, are we ever gonna fight a metallic dragon?
Oh yes. Yes, we will. I need a new shield.
Yeah, but
And
they're good.
Oh, are they?
They also will give you, Arcans will present to you his most favorite magic item of all, the statuette of feasting. Yes. And it gives you, it's a little tiny ceramic pig.
Oh, what does it do?
Once every 10 day, this pig can make a feast of roasted pig with agreeable chestnut stuffing, providing enough food for 20 people. That counts as a hero's feast.
Wow.
Let's
Wow.
take that, and
That's
also now that explains all the
super
pig
fancy.
bones.
Yes.
Hear
I was
that.
just thinking that. Yeah.
The Behir loved it.
I bet they
They kept
did.
triggering it as much as they could. Oh, extra piggy. But
It's a lot.
it's that time, my friends. Witching
Yes.
hour.
So
I
much
believe,
has happened.
Leia, you got some information for us?
Yeah, don't leave yet. The mists are next. The walkers have left the domain of insignificance, but paid a heavy price. What accursed land will the mist bring them to next? And our friends over at Dirty Deeds, who have moved to Wednesdays starting at 7 p.m. The crew has put an end to the attack from the cult of Mordain. Now, with the prince having been killed during the attack, multiple factions fight the shadows for control of the city.
So much going on. You've got the Mists, you've got Dirty Deeds, you've got us. If you ever miss a show or if you miss a week, you go on vacation, you need to catch up, check us out on the YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe there. Hit that bell, hit that icon, like, subscribe to get those notifications so that you can always know when we upload the previous week's and the current week's content for your perusal, especially if there is something that you missed and you're like, oh, I really would like to go back and see exactly how they dealt with that. Well, that's how you do it. So
And go and visit dndbeyond.com and check out their D&D support tools and capabilities for making your home game the best that can be online. And they also have mobile support.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. Until next we meet, may adventure find you. And have an amazing fun with Team Behind the Mists. Good night.
Sorry.
Bye.
good night. Oh, and it seems the Mist is running a little late, so make sure you stick around.